Being a lifeguard fucked up my health and sanity. The dark side no one talks about. I was a lifeguard for 3 years, and it was horrible for my health. I worked at a water park, and we had to stand in the sun for hours on end. We weren't allowed to wear sunglasses, and we had to wear hats that didn't protect our eyes. We also weren't allowed to sit down, and we had to keep our eyes on the water at all times. We weren't allowed to talk to each other, and we weren't allowed to leave our posts unless we were being relieved. We had to stay hydrated, but we weren't allowed to bring water bottles with us. We had to drink from the water fountains, which were often broken or had warm water. We also had to deal with a lot of rude and entitled customers. We had to enforce the rules, but people would often ignore us or get angry with us. We had to deal with a lot of people who were drunk or high, and we had to make sure they didn't hurt themselves or others. We also had to deal with a lot of people who didn't know how to swim, and we had to make sure they didn't drown. We had to deal with a lot of emergencies, and we had to be ready to jump in the water at a moment's notice. We had to be trained in CPR and first aid, and we had to be ready to use those skills if needed. We had to be constantly alert, and we couldn't let our guard down for a second. It was a very stressful job, and it took a toll on my mental and physical health.